Hey everybody, welcome back to CineFlex. My name is Manny.
And I'm Juan.
And today we're going to be reviewing The Invisible Man. So The Invisible Man was the third attempt? Well, not that, I guess there's no more attempt for the Dark Universe. It started off with Dracula, right?
Originally, I think, yeah.
And then it did get scrapped. That one, I think for sure after that it didn't do so well, it got scrapped. So it wanted to start again with The Mummy.
Yeah,
But The Mummy did, The Mummy did horrible. And now we have The Invisible Man, but there's no, I don't know if it's gonna be a whole universe. I think what they were trying to do is make it it all happening in the same universe. That's what the original plan was. I think now they're just gonna reboot each movie individually. I don't think they're all gonna be connected.
I just know there's an actual universe.
Yeah,
Dark universe. But I don't know if it's, like you said, connected. Which it should be if it's the Dark Universe. You think they'd be connected in a way. I mean, they don't have to be connected, but they have to take place in the same.
Maybe I would rather it not be connected. I mean, what would that mean? I mean, we see two characters in one movie eventually, or a couple more.
It could be, or it could just be the fact that there are these like paranormal beings in this world.
Oh yeah. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's fine. Like it happened. It's in the same. Yeah, they can just mention, oh, this happened in this state. Well, this was happening, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, kind of like calling back to another
movie.
Like,
okay.
Oh, did you ever hear about whatever?
Yeah, that's cool. I'm with that. So, The Invisible Man, remake off the original, which was based off a novel, I believe. Either way. It stars Elizabeth Moss. And she plays Cecilia. And when Cecilia's abusive ex takes his own life and leaves her his fortune, she suspects his death was a hoax. As a series of coincidences turn lethal, Cecilia works to prove that she is being hunted by someone nobody can see. Cool. So what I liked about this movie is it was, you know how when it started off it was quiet. It did well as a suspense, like a thriller. I mean, I guess it's a monster movie, or I mean, I guess it's a horror movie, but it's it works more.
I do think they miscategorized. It's not horror.
No, it's more of it's a thriller, suspenseful thriller. It works well because it puts you in that mindset of, maybe there is somebody there. I mean, just having someone there and you can't see it is a scary thing. And if they would have, I feel like they could have approached this in so many wrong ways. Where showing him make the suit, or showing him showing us the suit already, and then he's just gonna go be invisible. Because then we know already, okay, he's invisible. But because they showed that he committed suicide, and now we get the sense of the camera work, maybe there's somebody here. That's what I liked about it. That camera work where it would pan away. And it would show maybe now we're showing this character, but there was nobody there.
There's nobody there. But you're wondering, is he there? Is he?
Yeah. So you're and she's just living her life. So you're you're in her shoes for the scares, and I mean just us being here, and maybe there's somebody right next to me and I can't see them. That the scares worked in that case. Yeah. And then it did keep me on my toes when I mean, obviously there's jump scares, but they're real surprising, some of them. I mean, obviously there's the classic when she the first one was when she kicked the dog food, and that was pretty loud. But there was other little jump scares like that. But the jump scares that worked when it involved the Invisible Man, I didn't see it coming. And as a suspense, as a thriller, it kept me engaged, and it kept me. I mean, it was hard to guess what was going to come next, but I like how they created the Invisible Man as another character that deserves to be in the shot, but we can't see them. But the camera does work its way to acknowledge that he's there somewhere, and
to make you think.
And the music, the soundtrack, I thought it was very powerful, especially in the theater. I didn't watch it in Dolby. I watched it in regular. And in regular, it was powerful. The vibration of it, the low notes of it, it worked. It worked with the tone of the movie. So that's what I liked about it.
I liked a lot of what you just said. A lot of the suspense in the beginning of the movie. throughout half, I want to say like half, I don't really remember at what point it kind of changes tone to a more like aggressive, action-y type of tone. But for that first half, I was really enjoying the movie, like a lot. It was very suspenseful. Like a lot of points you're like you said, like you don't know if there's actually somebody there in the shot, but you are seeing like the whole room and you're like, is he there? Is he not there? Like she puts up things at one point and you're wondering, I mean, he could just be standing next to her. Right. Like he's not over there, he's over here. So there's a lot of things like that I really enjoyed because it did feel very suspenseful and you were kind of like you felt yourself in her shoes. Like what would you do at that point? And I like when movies make you feel that way. Like what would I do at this point? And the beginning of the movie was really like kind of like make you feel a little anxious, but not in a bad way. But like the way it starts, you're like immediately you're like, oh shit, like very tense. Like
what's
gonna
right.
happen? Like immediately
you feel the tension.
It makes you feel that way. So yes, I really enjoyed the first half of the movie. I do have something to say about the second half, but
go ahead. Start it off.
You want to start?
Yeah, might as well.
Right. But that entire first half was great. I thought it was really good. After that, the movie started falling apart for me because it felt like way too many. I want to say some plot holes, but besides that, whatever, you can ignore that. It was too many inconsistencies. Like she's fighting this guy, this girl. She's a tiny little girl in comparison to this guy, and he's not even like huge or anything. But she's fighting him, and she can fight him throughout the movie. And you can argue, he doesn't really want to kill her, but you only really know that after one point, after he finds out that she's pregnant. Before that, he could have at any point, but he's like scaring her. So yeah, you can argue against it. But even so, she's like kicking his ass, and then there's like 10 cops that can't do a single thing against this guy. And then on top of that, there's a point where she like breaks the suit, but the suit still works. Yes, there's a little flickering, but it still works. Like you would imagine that she'd break a part of it where at least that part's not going to function anymore, but the suit is perfectly fine. Then on top of that, there's other things like the scene. Are we spoiling stuff? I mean, I guess. Spoiler alert. The part where he kills her sister.
Oh, I really like that part.
It was terrible.
I like that part. It
was terrible.
I like that part because I like that.
There. This guy whips out a knife. The sister does not flinch, not one bit. It's not like he just does it quickly. It's like he picks it up. And then does it. Like it's there for a second, a good second at least. And then he does it. Then on top of that, somehow he manages to get her hand up, make her grab the knife, and that's it. All in a matter of a second. Like all of this just happens.
I like that part.
It was incredibly unrealistic, stupid, and it was like, and this happens throughout the entire second half. So many things happening continuously back to back, where it's like that is unbelievable. Like I do not, and yes, it's a movie, whatever. But they're even approaching this movie in a believable way.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's not like. Throughout this entire movie, she kind of builds the courage to face him. And that's kind of part of the progress in this movie, which you do see that. She progresses to the point where she's like, you know what, I'm going to fight back now. And I like that. That's cool. But throughout this movie, she's building this courage and she's going after him to the point where she even hurts herself so that he can show himself in a way. But then at the points where she could actually do something, she doesn't. He's fighting the cops. There's a point where he's literally just walking away from her. She did not do a single thing at that point. And the moment he shoots this cop and then leaves, that's when she finally goes after him. When she could have done it before.
You're right, because he wouldn't want to kill her.
And that happens throughout a lot of parts. At the part where, at the very beginning, when the cops show up and he's fighting them, and she's just in the floor there, not doing a single thing. When she could have attacked them with them. At that other part that I just mentioned, when he's leaving, she finally goes after him after he's done everything that he did. And I don't know, it was just dumb to me. Like a lot of the parts in the movie, all of that just ruined it for me for that second part. It was just too unbelievable. It's like,
with that part, I remember thinking, they kind of made him seem a little superhuman.
Yeah, that's
with the cops.
Thing.
So
they made him seem very like strong for some point. Like,
yeah, and I was wondering like, does the suit have that? I mean. If it does, it does. But they didn't address that. But I doubt it. It didn't look like a suit that. But you're right. She could have attacked him. Do you think at any point it was him and his brother both in the suit at the same time?
No, because that suit, the second suit, has always been in that one place. At least we.
Well, I mean, you don't think he made a couple
more than that?
Yeah, you don't think him and his brother were both working at the same time sometimes?
I don't know.
Because
it could have been a thing that there were both more than one.
Yeah, I mean, she literally walked in there and pressed a button and made another suit. Like
the suit was always there.
Oh yeah, and it
just activated it.
But that's another.
Then she took that suit.
Yeah, and hit it. Yeah, you don't think he could have made another one? I'm sure. I mean,
I'm sure he could.
If him and his brother were both in on it, then I'm sure there was.
I do feel like though, if that was gonna be a thing, then maybe they would have done more.
Maybe, I did like that restaurant scene.
But I do feel like it was just him.
Yeah, I did the whole thing that he made him seem a little bit superhuman. Yeah, that I didn't like. She could have definitely helped with the cops thing. I don't remember if she was injured, but no, she just stabbed herself, and he did shoot him. And he did seem like he was still like able to walk. Like, was the shoot a tad bit bulletproof or whatever?
No. She shoots him. She shoots him right a couple of times.
Like 3 times.
He just takes a couple of steps and then falls.
Yeah.
So I really don't think the suit was making him super strong.
Yeah,
it could have.
I like that. What I could have. The ending, I didn't. I feel like I don't know. I didn't really feel that much happy with the ending, the way it all played out at the end.
The ending was dumb too.
Where she ends up putting on the suit and kills him, and then makes it seem like a suicide. I was like, oh, okay.
That was fine.
Could have ended a little bit. I mean, if they're making the Invisible Man thing, they could have ended it more of an unsettling kind of way, where.
But it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be her who is the Invisible.
Yeah, but then. She's not an evil person though. No. She's not gonna go around and putting that suit on.
Maybe it could be like a vigilante type of thing.
No.
You don't think? Because that's technically what she did. I mean, she is getting revenge for herself and her sister.
Maybe the suit finds its way to another person.
It could be that as well.
I'd rather that happen.
Somebody else gets it.
And she dies, because if she doesn't die, then she knows about the suit, so she knows how to
stop it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but then now the cops have the suit too because of the other one. So I don't know. I don't know how the franchise works, but. All in all, with this movie, I did like the suspense and the thriller part. I did like how you understand how other people view her and how they may think she's crazy, because you're like, oh, okay, I get it.
That was another problem I have.
But
I do get the crazy part, but there is another problem I have with
it. I mean, obviously they could have just watched the tape. I'm sure there was cameras recording everything that happened with the cops and all that. They could have. I'm sure there was a camera there somewhere. They could have seen it, right? When it punches the daughter, that one caught me off guard too.
That one was another one, because it's not even like she's at a distance where she could have hit her.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't know. I mean, if it happened to you right now, wouldn't you?
I'd be scared. I wouldn't be like, "Why the fuck you hit
me?" Like, I mean, obviously, after watching this movie, maybe. But
no, even before. Like, how would I? At this distance, I could assume like, oh, like maybe you bumped into me or something.
Maybe,
but like if I'm over there and you're like over here,
yeah, they were like as far away as this camera is,
that you hit the shit out of me, knocking me all the way down.
Yeah, but you have to be rational about it. I don't know. I mean, even if she didn't blame her once the dad came in, I'm sure he would have blamed her.
Yeah, but the problem I have with her and the. Not so much the craziness, but because I can see how people would be like, you're acting crazy, because she was.
Right.
And at many points, I was like, you need to relax. Clearly, people are not listening to you.
Yeah, she's making herself...
So chill.
She's not helping herself out, yeah.
But whatever, I can understand that and see how people are viewing her and seeing, like, this girl's going crazy. Like, she's losing it. But what I had a problem with is, for one, her sister. Terrible sister.
Yeah.
I would not want her as a sister.
Well, she
did not believe her.
Well, she didn't have that email. Well, she was going to...
Even at that point. If you send me an email, like, just randomly like that.
I guess you're right.
And then I confront you about it, and you were, like, acting like...
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not going to immediately be like, oh, you're a piece of shit, this and that. Bye, get out of here from that. Especially, like, the relationship they have, or, like, our relationship. Like, I wouldn't just assume that you meant all those things. And I would listen to you.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we don't know their history, but yeah, probably right there.
And many other things. Like, I don't know, throughout most of the movie until the very end when she finally decides to talk to her, she always seemed very like there was some like bad blood there. Like her sister was always like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe there was some kind of history.
I don't know,
but we don't know. But all in all, I do think it's a better direction of where they're going with this whole Universal Monster stuff. I don't know if there's what's the next project would be. Obviously they still have. I mean, Dracula is gone. I mean, it has to be rebooted again, I guess. But then you got Frankenstein. A lot of other ones that they can choose. But all in all, I mean, this movie, I'm sure the budget wasn't that high. And I'm sure it's making a lot of money now. But I mean, it is a step in the right direction. I enjoyed it enough, and I would definitely like to see more. Well, if you guys saw The Invisible Man, let us know what you thought about it in the comments below. Did you enjoy it? I mean, we haven't seen the original. I haven't seen the original. Have you? Yeah, I mean,
I saw. No, but that was the
yeah. So I'm not too sure if this was traditionally how the story plays out. I doubt it does. Maybe. I don't know about. I mean, I'm sure it does, but not the whole relationship part of it. But
you know what I thought at one point? I thought that in the beginning when she's trying to escape, and she goes to the basement, and they pan to that room where it looks as if it's empty. I originally thought that maybe this guy had someone trapped in there who was the actual Invisible Man.
Maybe. I mean,
like that's what I thought originally, but then that doesn't.
I would have preferred a little different kind of like a twist ending, maybe a little bit more.
I would prefer like
or something that's unsettling, and there's nothing unsettling about it.
Yeah.
It just feels resolved, and that's it. Okay. But either way, let us know what you thought about it in the comments below. Do you guys still think there's life to this dark universe? If so, which movie would you like to see next? Cool. Like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys.